Hello everyone, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. This is Melanie and today we are going to be taking apart the Beach House paper pad from Die Cuts with a View. Let me show you what is all in this paper pad. So for this first kit, I was using the cut aparts as the inspiration. I really like this peachy color with the blue and the sand color. I just think it's so pretty. So I used that one. Of course, then I had to take one of the peach papers and add that to the kit. And then this sandy kind of color with the wave pattern. It's a dotted wave. I think this works really well. And then the blue with the geometric. So that our aqua blue with the geometric. And then I threw in the brown with the shells. And then the final one I added is a wood grain. So even though these all are more solid color, like they all read more solid, I think by using the cut aparts in conjunction with this, I could do a really fun layout. For the next kit, I used the cut aparts again as inspiration, and I did include this pebble page. I just really like how these go together. There's a little bit of all the colors in this particular cardstock, which I think makes it work. I also threw in this light blue with the anchors. I really like the combination of those two together. And then for the coral this time, I threw in the coral or peach color or orange, whatever you want to call it, with the coral. And then that brown again with the shells, as well as that wood grain. So similar to the other one, except for these three papers. So included in this paper pad is this foiled page that has all these different words. So I could see me using this paper in a couple different ways. One as a title, which is the most obvious. The other is to trim this into pieces and maybe align them against an edge of a cardstock and kind of have like a little bit of a jagged edge. I think that might look kind of fun. I pulled in that peach orange color with the miscellaneous icons on here. Now you could trim these icons out. They're pretty small though, so it would be a little bit of fussy work, but you could do it if you felt the need. I also pulled in this mermaid scale wave pattern, if you will. Now there's no peach in here, but it does go really well with this paper, and if you pulled the peach from this paper in here, you could make this one work. I also really liked this pattern here that looks like water. I just think that's a lot of fun, especially combined with this paper. And I threw in a stripe. You can never go wrong with a stripe. And then the last paper I threw in was this wood grain. Starting with that same paper again, this time I incorporated that pebble page as well as this aqua paper. It does have the scales or the wave look. I really like the combination of those two as well. And then this one here that looks like sand. I think the three of these are very striking. And then of course, if you add the pop of orange with a stripe, you're gonna have a very fun layout, I'm thinking. I'm excited about this one. Okay, so for this next kit, I pulled that wave or scale pattern with the greens and blues. I added this aqua or mint with the seashell pattern. This is really soft, so ideally with this, if I were to use these two on a layout, I would pull in some of this darker blue just to make it pop a little bit. This color here is darker, and you could make it work just to add a little bit of contrast, but even better is this paper here, which reminds me of the back of a cruise ship. So if you add that in with this, I just think that would look really quite striking. But this would also make a really great backdrop, right? So you know, even if you just added a simple photo with a mat and then a title and just let the rest of the backdrop work by itself, I think would be pretty awesome. And then the last cardstock I threw in is this stripe. So I would say this is more of a monochromatic kind of page kit. So for the last kit, I used this dark teal color. It's got a little bit of the orange in here with the anchors. And I combined this with that light aqua mint color. Even though this color is not technically in here, the white on here with this makes it work. I also threw in the starfish pattern in the sand color and this peachy color with the palm trees. Now, I do struggle using these kind of pages, again, because they have the big icon on it. You almost feel like you have to do something special with it. But what would work really great in this case is if you did something like half of the page with, or 3/4 of the page with this, and then you could do the top half with the palm trees, do your title here, add a couple photos, maybe use this as a mat, and that would look really cool. And then with your leftover pieces, you could then do another layout and use this as the backdrop. Just what I immediately think of when I look at this. So the papers that are going directly into my stash is this teal wave pattern. The back side of that is another one of those palm trees, and then this is that aqua mint with the shells. The back side of that is this over-the-top foil piece, and this is a dotted teal wave pattern, and the other side is the starfish. So these will go in to my stash. Now, I didn't show you all the backs of all the papers in this particular collection, so let me just flip through here and show you some of the ones that you didn't see. So the orange pattern that I showed you earlier also comes in this teal color. More foil. More foil. Showed you that one. There is this gingham, which is pretty awesome. More foil. This kind of leaf or vine in like a teal color. This is a sand color geometric. There is also this cut apart with journaling spots. There is the palm trees with the foil. Another gingham in the mint green. And that is it. So that is Beach House by Die Cuts with a View. I hope you enjoyed the paper pad flip through and how I combine them into page kits. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, happy crafting.